Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. Ready or not, let's do this. Happy Monday to you. Welcome. This is a ridiculously early morning workout. Not workout. Wow. This is a ridiculously early morning webinar to start your day off right, whether you're ready for it or not. There's a little bit of mindset, a little bit of business sense to help get your business up and running like a well-oiled machine. This is for MLM, network marketing, small business, brick and mortar, online or off. If you are a newbie, a seasoned veteran in the industry, or somewhere in between, there is something for you. Welcome. My name is Mina. I come to you from New York City, out in the borough of Queens. It's great that you're here today. Now that I think about the word workout, think of this as a mental workout, a mindset workout, a personal development workout, and a workout to continually build your business online. Today, I'm going to share some quotes that have been really inspiring me. I've been getting into quotes lately, and that has a lot to do with your personal development and your motivation. Because if you are an entrepreneur, and I know you are if you're watching this webinar, or you're a small business owner, you need that daily motivation to get up and keep working at your business, because it's your baby, it's something that you are developing and you want it to grow and come to fruition and to be extremely successful, and you want to be extremely successful. So you need to do a lot of personal development, a lot of motivational stuff and stuff to get you up and going, because there are days that are going to be difficult and there are days that are going to be challenging. Life is not easy sometimes, and sometimes life sucks and throws monkey wrenches at you. So you have to be prepared emotionally, physically, mentally to handle those challenges. So I have 3 quotes that I want to share with you today and my thoughts on them. And I'm also going to share with you some business sense, one simple tweak that I learned from my mentor and coach, Diane Hochman. So let's start with the quotes. So the first thing, I've been getting into combining quotes. It's not only just one quote that I find inspirational. I'll find several quotes that are like, oh, this makes sense with this, and this combines together really well with that. And I would just put them all together. And of course, I would credit the person who created those quotes. But I would see that they make a great fit, and you would just get a double whammy of inspiration. So here are 3 of them that I want to share with you today. The first one is, it's this. It says, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And that's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'll read it to you again. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us, by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Here's the second quote. Man was designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness. And that is by Zig Ziglar. Man was designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness. And that is by Zig Ziglar. And the last quote for today is, continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking your potential, by Leanne Cordes. Once again, continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking your potential, by Leanne Cordes. You're going to see why I grouped these 3 quotes together, because they ring true when it comes to being an entrepreneur, being a small business owner, and building your dream and bringing it to fruition. So here are my thoughts on this. We were created to be great, to do great things, to make this world a better place, to serve and help others realize the greatness that lies within them. But we first have to realize the greatness that lies within ourselves, and we have to bring it to light, and that requires work. And that's why these 3 quotes are really inspiring me. Les Brown speaks of a place where the greatest treasures are found, and they are not found in the diamond mines or the emerald mines, or in the oil fields of Saudi Arabia. Those are not the places where the greatest treasures are found. The places where the greatest treasures are found is called the cemetery. In the cemetery are poems that were never written. In the cemetery are inventions that were never brought to fruition, books that were never written, songs never sung, babies never born, businesses and ideas and inventions never brought to light, leaders never developed. That is where all the greatest treasures are found. These are potentials that were never untapped. And that is sadly a big tragedy. That's a huge tragedy. I'm sorry, I can't talk this morning. That is a huge tragedy, where all this treasure that lies in the cemetery. So how can we remedy this? How can we fix this? Well, it comes all down to this: realizing the amazingness that lies within us. Sitting down and thinking, you have amazingness in you, like I have amazingness in me. And each person that was placed on this earth has amazingness within them, that potential that is untapped, that needs to be developed and brought out into light. You have to want to do that. You have to make that decision to bring out that amazingness out into light. So let me ask you this. What can you continually do to grow and develop as a leader? As the quote by Leon Cordes says, continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking your potential. And if you're still finding it a little bit of a challenge to understand what I'm trying to say, let me go back to the quote by Zig Ziglar. Man was designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness, which means that each and every one of us can be great, but we have to make the decision to be great. What is the difference between the people who accomplish great things, like Tony Robbins, like Robert Kiyosaki, like Brendan Bouchard, Marie Forleo? I'm just throwing out names of people, random people who are doing great and extraordinary things. Diane Hochman, who else? Seth Godin, Gary Vaynerchuk. What is the difference between these people and ourselves? It's very slight, very tiny. They are ordinary people like you and I. One day they made a decision that they were going to become great. And they decided that they were going to sit down, buckle down, and work each and every day. And their focus was not in making $500 or making $1 million. Their focus was helping people and helping others realize the greatness that was within them. They found a passion, and they worked continuously every day developing that passion. For Gary Vaynerchuk, he started out working in his father's business of wines. And then he created something similar to this. He created videos talking about wines. And he discovered a way to stand out from the rest. If you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, you know his personality, his character, and that is what makes him attractive to a lot of people. If you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, I encourage you to Google him and look him up. He does some really great content, and he's very motivational and very encouraging and very funny. Think about that. Think about how you can stand out from the rest. What can you do to stand out from the crowd? And what can you do continually? What can you do every single day? What can you do consistently to develop yourself personally and develop yourself as a leader? For example, I do these early morning webinars. I get up around 6 in the morning. I start out my day with some spiritual development, some personal development. I pray, and I get ready and I do this webinar. And to say that this is simple for me, I would be lying to you. This is a challenge, but I made the decision that I'm going to work and develop my business and develop my brand. And this is one of the ways I continually do that. And I do look forward to it, even though it's a challenge, because I want to share with you what I've learned, and with the hopes of helping you develop and grow and succeed into the leader that you already are. So I ask you this one more time. What can you continually do to grow and develop into a leader? That is, what is the one thing you can continually do every day to bring out the amazing in you? And there's so many things that you can do. If you love writing, set up a blog. WordPress has platforms that you can start writing for free. And then when you start developing your craft and you're developing a following, then you can buy your own domain and continue developing your blog. That's just one suggestion. You can do YouTube videos. You can find a quote, reflect on your thoughts on it, write out your thoughts, and create a video. There are many things that you can do to start bringing out the amazing that is in you. So that I leave that thought with you to mull over and digest and think about it again. And of course, you can always return to the replay of this webinar and listen again and keep on growing and developing. So now I'm going to share with you some business sense. Okay, some business sense that is crucial when you are developing your business online. And it has to do with Facebook. So I'm going to just move over. I have some notes here that I refer to because there's so much information to digest. I like to have my notes next to me to refer to. Okay. Now, my coach is Diane Hochman. She's my coach and my mentor. She is a six-figure earner, and she is the attraction queen. We like to call her the attraction marketing queen, because what she does is so extremely simple that it seems ridiculous at times, but it has worked so well for her that she shares her strategies with us. So this is based on a webinar I did with her earlier in the year that has to do with simple tweaks that can pull in more leads, more money, and more freedom. And what does that mean? When you are building your business online, leads are important. Leads are the lifeblood of your business. But how do you get them attracted to you? Now, you can do certain things that you can set up an ad on Facebook and you can draw traffic. And those are all great strategies. But sometimes for some people to do those specific strategies requires some time to learn it. And what Diane teaches is simple tweaks that you can do right now. And it all has to do with attraction marketing. So let me share with you this one. And it has to do with Facebook. Now, everybody and their mother has a Facebook account, and they have it, and they socialize, and they connect with people, and they put up great pictures and stuff like that. But also Facebook is something that marketers use as a business tool. Now, granted, when we all start out in network marketing or in MLMs or small businesses, we want to get our message out there. We want to talk about our products and how great they are, and we want people to join us or buy from us. And that's natural. That's like a transactional based leadership. And that's a good thing to start. But you have to realize that while you know that your product is great and you're passionate about your product, there are also products out there that work as well. And to each his own. And what a lot of people have been doing, and I've been guilty of that, is that they will go in and they will throw up their link into their page or their personal page. And there are people who will also go a little bit further and get into threads of conversations that are going on in Facebook, and they will throw in their link, thinking that because there's so many people there talking in that thread that someone will pay attention to their link. But what happens in essence when you do that, and if you've done that, don't feel guilty, you just didn't know, is that it's called spamming. And it's not really very conducive to your business. In fact, people will frown down on that. So let me tell you the tweak that Diane taught me. What's the best way to go about conversations on Facebook? What you want to do on Facebook is you want to engage people in conversations rather than stand off in a corner by yourself. Think of it this way. Facebook is like a huge party. You go to a party and there are people there and you want to be part of the party. If you go off to a corner by yourself and you start talking to yourself and you're saying, yeah, this is a great party and the guacamole is amazing and they have amazing Mexican cuisine, but the cuisine of the party is actually continental cuisine. And you're like, well, I love this margarita I'm having. I think I'll have another one. And all they're serving is wine and beer. People are going to look at you like you're weird because you're off to a corner, standing to yourself, doing your own thing instead of mingling in with the party. The better thing to do when you're at a party is that you want to join in on the party. You want to make friends and get familiar with them. And the best way to go about this is to find a group of people, not one person, a group of people who are having a conversation that you are familiar with. Let's say there's a group of people at the party that you're at that are talking about pizza and their favorite toppings on pizza. And you love pizza. So now you have an avenue to enter and join in on the conversation. You're not going to join in a conversation and talk about your favorite ice cream. No, you're going to join in the conversation and talk about your favorite topping on pizza. So if somebody is saying, well, I like pepperoni on my pizza, and I think that's great, and I think that's the best pizza you can ever have. And somebody else says, well, I love mushrooms on my pizza. And somebody else will say, well, I like veggies and broccoli on my pizza. And you can jump in and say, hey, I love pizza and I love guacamole on my pizza. And everybody will look at you and say, guacamole? And say, yeah, I love guacamole on my pizza. And now you've just made you made an entrance into that conversation. You're joining in on that conversation. And then you find out you start making some friends and you start making connections. And the same thing goes for conversations on Facebook. Now, when you go on Facebook, you want to meet people, you want to make friends, you want to share your business opportunity with them. You can't do that right away. No, you just can't jump into a thread on Facebook where there's a great conversation going on and throw up your link, because that is called spamming. And that is like throwing a monkey wrench into a conversation. That's a very awkward situation. It's like joining in on the conversation about toppings on pizza and talking about your favorite ice cream flavor. That's awkward. You want to seamlessly flow into the conversation and you want to make friends and build a relationship. And so that is one way of building a relationship online on conversations on Facebook is to join in and be congruent with the conversation. All right, because there's a lot of familiarity on Facebook. Let me look at my notes. Okay, I've gone through all that. Here, okay. So that is like a conversation on a thread. You can also engage people on their pages. And how do you do that? How do you engage people on their pages? Like say you had a great conversation on this thread on Facebook and you've met some people and you've said, okay, you'd like to connect, or you find their page on Facebook. How do you engage with them? You're not going to go on their Facebook and say, hey, we had a great conversation. No, I have this thing that I'd like you to know more about and throw up your link. No, don't do that. That's really bad. Frown down on that. No, don't do that, okay? You want to engage and continue the conversation. Say you see a picture of a dog on someone's page and you love dogs. And so you can say, oh, you've got a really cute dog. What kind of breed is your dog? Because I love dogs. I have a dog at home, and you can start another conversation on the person's page like that. Or on another page, you see a beautiful landscape or a person that loves to go hiking. And you can give a compliment and then ask where that person likes to go hiking. And you'll be surprised at the response. Say like you see somebody who has a beautiful landscape and you see that person loves hiking. And you can say, oh, I love the countryside. I love to go walking in I love going hiking. Can you recommend a place? And you can see that the person's a wealth of information about, well, here, if you live in New York City, you can go here and go hiking and yada, yada, yada. The goal here is to have a conversation and get to know the person better and build a relationship. Because the key here is to get people to know, like, and trust you. When you get people to know, like, and trust you, eventually they will consider what you have as a business. But this, of course, takes time. And it's understandable that you are starting a business and you want to sell product and you want people to join you. And of course, there are ways to do something quicker, like build an ad and promote and drive traffic, of course, but you also need to build a relationship with people. There's something called the 1,000 True Fans. I think it's, I'll find the link and I'll put it in the description bar below. But if you develop 1,000 true fans, people who truly follow you because they love the content that you put forth, they love your interaction with them, these 1,000 true fans will buy anything you put forth. If you recommend a book, they're going to run out and buy it. If you set up a webinar and the webinar costs money to attend, they will attend your webinar. And why is that? Because you took the time out to develop a relationship with them. They've come to know, like, and trust you. And so you, in reality, need, in essence, only 1,000 true fans, and you can make a decent living working online. Your MLM, your network marketing, small business, online or off. You only need 1,000 true fans, but you have to work and develop that relationship with them first. All right, let me look at my notes. So let's review. We spoke about conversations on Facebook. Think of Facebook like a big party. You need to meet people and develop a relationship with them. And the easiest way to do this is to approach a group who's having a conversation about something that you know about, something that you can contribute to. And you approach them. When you join a thread on Facebook or join a conversation, you are always going to add to that conversation. You're never going to detract from it. You're not going to change the subject quickly and awkwardly, because that just does not bode well with people. After that conversation has, gone, you can, if you're on Facebook, you can private message somebody and say, hey, it was nice meeting you. I'd love to connect and be friends. I hope you feel the same. I've sent you a request. Don't throw in your link. Don't throw in, oh, I have this opportunity for you. No, because that's going to turn people off and they're not going to respond back to you, or they'll block you. You don't want that. You want to create a relationship. So join a conversation on Facebook. Add to the conversation. Do not take away from it. And if you've clicked with some people, reach out and try to connect with them. Just as a friendship, right? Let's see. Oh, here's one more thing I learned from my coach. The other thing about Facebook that is so critical, because there's a lot of familiarity on Facebook. And even though we have not met face-to-face, people on Facebook, and this has happened to me. I've met a lot of people, a lot of marketers on Facebook. And because of the relationship we keep up with each other, and we talk, and we network, and we brainstorm, it's like you know them already, even though you have not met face-to-face. And then when we meet at networking events, it's like, wow, we haven't, we get to hug and hang out and really, really get to know each other. And that's what a familiarity on Facebook can do. And that's what building a relationship on Facebook can do. But it's like an artificial familiarity right now, because you don't know them yet face-to-face. So this like-minded individual thing, where you message somebody and I say, I see that we're like-minded individuals and I think we should connect and network. And I'm guilty of that as well. Don't do that. It doesn't bode well now with a lot of people. I see that we're like-minded people. No. Just say, hey, I see that you like pizza and I like pizza. and I see that you love dogs and I like dogs. I'd love to connect and be friends, and I hope you feel the same. Let's connect. And that, and just continue being friends. And when you connect and be friends, make sure that when you're posting on Facebook, you're posting thoughtful posts, like things for motivational posts, or a cute video of your dog, or a recipe that you found for your favorite pizza. Things like that to get people to know you better. And people will appreciate you more for that. So that is building relationships online. So let's do a quick review of all we spoke about today. I gave you 3 quotes to think about, 3 motivational quotes that demonstrates that each and every one of us is designed to be great. We have potential within us. That we should not let what other people think about us stop us from realizing the greatness that lies within us. Let me tell you a little story about Les Brown if you don't know about him already. Les Brown is a motivational speaker. When he was very young, he had a lot of challenges. He had a lot of special needs. In fact, his teachers said that he was retarded. I think that's what the story goes. And he had teachers that said that he would not amount to anything because he had learning challenges. But that did not stop Les Brown, because Les Brown wanted to be a motivational speaker. And so Les Brown worked very hard, and he is a great motivational speaker. In fact, I know that he spoke at a recent event called Network Marketing Pro, an event run by Eric Worre. And the people who were there have tweeted and put on Instagram that what he spoke about was very touching and very inspirational, very motivational. So if Les Brown can change his childhood and become the great man that he is today, what's stopping you? You can do the same. I can do the same. It all has to do with continuous effort, as stated by Leanne Cordes, that continuous effort, not intelligence or talent. It's the continuous effort that we do in, day out, every day that's going to lead to our greatness. So you have to make a decision and say, okay, I'm going to put my head down and work. And even though I'm not seeing anything right now, I'm building a firm foundation. When you see skyscrapers being built in New York and Chicago, a lot of time is spent on building the foundation, because in order for those skyscrapers to hit the sky, they need a firm foundation. And once that firm foundation is built and ready, then the skyscraper goes up in no time. And the same thing goes for you and for me. Right now, I'm building my foundation. And right now, you're building your foundation. Foundation of personal development, a foundation of learning your business well, learning your product well, learning marketing strategies, attraction marketing strategies, so that people get to know you. And that's another thing I'm going to leave with you. I know that your company's great. I know that your product's amazing. But when you're developing your business, brand yourself, brand you. I'm branding Mina G. Palakibai. You brand yourself, your name, brand yourself. And keep growing that and putting your name out there. Putting forth what you learn, put it out there. And so that people get to know you, like you, and eventually they will partner with you, or they will follow you and hang on your every word, because you are putting in that work right now to build your foundation. So that is the motivational part, the mindset. And the business sense is when you are on Facebook and you want to get to know people and develop relationships with people, you have to think of Facebook like a party. Joining a thread on Facebook, a conversational thread, you want to add to the conversation. You don't want to detract from it. You don't want to take away from it. So you don't want to join a thread and throw up your opportunity link when they're talking about something completely different, because that will anger some people. And they will not pay attention to you, or they will delete your post from the thread. And you don't want that. You don't want to build a reputation as a spammer. So if you've been doing that up to this point, don't do it anymore. Focus on building relationships first and getting to know people. And this like-minded saying that seems to be going around really does not work. Find something that you have in common with another person and say, hey, I see that you love dogs. I love dogs. I think we should connect and share our love for dogs. Things like that. Or I see you love pizza. I love pizza. I think we should connect and share our love for pizza and share ideas. Things like that. Develop the relationship first. So my time has finished for now. I want to thank you for stopping by on I want to thank you for stopping by on Rise and Shine, Ready or Not, Let's Do This. My name is Mina. I'm coming to you from New York City. Have an awesome day. I will see you actually not tomorrow because I have to take my mom to the doctor, but I will put up a recording tomorrow. But Wednesday, we will be live again at 7:15. So have an awesome Monday. Take care. Till the next webinar. Cheers.